love because you guys get to know me better, I get to know you guys better. But it's not really about you guys, it's mostly about me, so we're gonna focus on that part today. So we're gonna focus on like just the kind of person I am. I'm just gonna tell you guys a little story, and then you guys will probably figure it out from there. So about 3 years ago, my dad comes up to me, he's like, hey son, we're going for vacation in Egypt for 3 weeks. I was like, hell yeah, let's go. I love going back to Egypt, it's amazing. But then I remembered, I work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they don't give vacations. You can't do that. So the next day, I was like, you know what? I'll see what happens. So the next day, I go into work, and I'm sitting in front of my manager's office, and someone comes out, and they do not look happy. Here's why they don't look happy. Because he wanted 2 days off to go see his dying grandma. And Josh was like, no. So I was like, all right, so that's not a good start for my vacation. Whatever I gotta say, it's gotta top grandma. It's gotta top grandma. So I go in there, and I start talking, and I was like, okay, so before I go up there, I'm just like, okay, so I'm going to Egypt. Egypt, terrorists, bombs. I got it. So I go into Josh's office and I'm like, hey Josh, hey, I'm sorry to disturb you. It's just my uncle, he got kidnapped by some terrorists in Egypt. And yeah, just me and my family, we're gonna need 3 weeks to go to Egypt to look for my uncle. And Josh, being the somewhat decent person that he is, was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's terrible, I hate it when that happens, I'm so sorry. For sure, go ahead, take 3 weeks, go find your uncle, your job will be here when you get back, don't worry. So I was like, thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate it. And I walked out and I called my dad, I was like, yo, let's go to Egypt, it's gonna be so much fun. So you're probably there, like sitting there thinking, like, wow, what a horrible person. It probably can't get much worse than this. You're wrong, it gets worse. Because we're in Egypt and we're like jet skiing and we're on the beach and I'm drinking orange juice, because that's the kind of thing you do on vacation, you drink orange juice. I was living the life, and then my sister goes to my dad, she's like, Dad, I'm having so much fun. I want to stay an extra 2 weeks. I thought my dad was gonna slap her silly, because what do you mean you want to stay an extra 2 weeks? No, my dad goes, sure honey, we'll stay an extra 2 weeks. My sister goes, yay, we're staying an extra 2 weeks. I go, shit, we're staying an extra 2 weeks. I gotta call Josh. So, pick up the phone, call Josh. And at this point, I'll be honest with you guys, I had no idea what I was gonna say. I just kind of let the conversation happen. So I called him, I was like, hey Josh, hey, sorry to disturb you. It's just want to keep you updated on what's going on with my family, just to let you know. So we found my uncle, but what had happened was, the terrorists, they put him in a coma. And we talked to the doctor, and it's gonna take 2 weeks to wake him out of the coma. So I'm gonna need 2 weeks off again. Now, I don't know what kind of excuses Josh usually gets, but he was like, man, they did that too? Damn, oh my God. I'm so sorry, that's so awful. I hate it when that happens. It's okay. The Buffalo Wild Wings family is here for you and it will support you. Wake your uncle up, it's okay. And that's the kind of person I am. I just thought you guys should know that. Let's see what I'm doing currently right now is I'm working at Olive Garden, the one at Winter Park Mall. So I work there. I'm a server. I love being a server because you get to people watch. You get to find out what people are like. This is a story that really just demonstrated that for me. So about 3 weeks ago, this old couple walks in, not like late 40s, walks in. They're married. They're having dinner, and I was like, man, look at that. That led into their marriage. He's taking her out to dinner. It's so sweet. I like that. I want that when I get married. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't have them at my table, but they were the table right next to mine. So I was kind of just observing them. So I'm taking the order from my table, I look over, and the guy's about to reach over and do the arm thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? He said, yeah. So he's about to reach over and put his arm on her shoulder. I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I remember 7th grade. I mean, not that I did it because my parents are here, but I didn't do it, but my friends told me about it. So I was like, so he's reaching over and he's putting his arm on her shoulder, and I was like, aw, and then his arm dropped. And I was like, oh. So this man, late 40s, in the middle of the restaurant, by the way, we're like in a corner booth, no, this is in the middle of the restaurant, starts playing with her headlights. He starts playing with her headlights in the middle of the restaurant. Now, I thought she was gonna be like, what, babe, no, stop, we in public, not again, don't do this. That's what I thought was gonna happen. That's not what happened. She was absolutely in cloud nine. She was giggling. She was having the time of her life. So I did the only thing I could think of. I went to the back and I told literally every employee at all because that's my duty as a server, because that's what we do when we're not taking your order. We talk crap on all the customers. So that's what I did. I went to the back. Now, my coworkers, being the subtle people that they are, lined up one by one and walked across the table, one by one, all 37 Olive Garden employees. So I thought that was like the highlight of the night. I thought, there's no way it can get better than that. I was wrong, it got better. So, my table's food comes out, so I'm at the table and I'm grating cheese. And then all of a sudden, all I hear is somebody slam the table, and like the table next to me is like, no, I'm sick of your shit, Susan. You never let me finish playing with your boobs. No, I'm sick of it. And like that happened in the middle of the restaurant. And I was like, oh my God, she didn't let him finish playing with her boobs. I didn't know what to do, but I had to sit there for like 5 minutes while he explained to her why he was inevitably fed up with her not letting him finish. And I'm pretty sure I was grating cheese this whole time. I'm pretty sure my table told me to stop like after like a minute, and I just kept going because I wasn't even paying attention. So by the end of it, I had like a mountain of cheese, but that's not. I was like, I don't care. I need to find out what happened with Susan and her boobs. So I love it because that's like I just love it. You get to see like people. It's just the best part. And I love my coworkers. I have the best coworkers. I have the best coworkers because if you guys have been to the Buena Park Olive Garden, they're not the best people. It's nice not being the only asshole in the store. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. For example, I have a friend named Julio, and he was telling me what happened. So, apparently Julio, like a year ago, got this table. It's this old white couple, right? So he goes to the table and he was like, hi, my name is Julio, I'll be your server today. And the white man just looks at him and he's like, excuse me, I don't tip Hispanic servers. I'm gonna need to get me a different server. And I was like, wow, that's so awful. Like, I wouldn't know I didn't know what to do. Like, I wouldn't know how to do. So I was like, what did you do? He was like, well, I have two choices. I could have went to the managers and, created like a big issue, said I felt discriminated against, and got him kicked out, or I could call Abdul. Now, I don't like to put race into my jokes or anything, but it's no coincidence that Abdul is also an Egyptian man who's kind of an asshole. It was no coincidence that's what happened. So he calls Abdul, he tells him what happened. Abdul just stays quiet for like a second. He's like, give me 5 minutes. So what Abdul does is that he gets into uniform, he borrows a turban from one of his friends, okay? And he comes into Olive Garden. No, sorry, he doesn't come into, he sneaks into Olive Garden and goes straight to the table. So Abdul's been here like his whole life. He's never left here, but he speaks Arabic like fluently, but he has no accent in his like English at all. So for some reason, he felt the need to go to the table and just go, hello, sir, how are you today? My name is Abdul, I'll be your server. And I can't even describe to you guys the look of pure fear on the white man's eyes when Abdul started talking. No, I can't even describe it. So the white man he stood up to Julio because he didn't take any of Julio's crap. He was scared of Abdul, he didn't say anything. He was just like, hi. So I was like, what can I get for you? And the guy's like, I just want a soup. So Abdul, without blinking, just looks him straight in the eye and goes, I'll get your soup myself. It's going to be the bomb. And then just turns and goes back to the kitchen. The minute Abdul turned his head, this old white couple booked it. They did not even wait for him to cross the door. I've never seen someone around the restaurant so fast. But that's just the kind of person Abdul is. Now, the moral of the story is that I'm not really sure who won in this scenario. It wasn't Julio. I'm pretty sure he didn't win. It sure as hell wasn't Olive Garden because the customers left. I'm pretty sure Abdul's the person that won in this story, and I'm totally okay with it. Because I think he deserved to win in this one. But that's Abdul. But I love working there. I had a manager that it was her last day about 3 weeks ago. And on her last day, a lot of stuff went wrong. There was large parties that canceled, people getting felt up in the store. It was just a lot of stuff going wrong on her last day. So I promised her, I was like, you know what? After my shift, I'm gonna go to Starbucks and I'll get you your favorite drink, Casey. No, Casey, she's a white girl, so her drink was super complicated. So I go into the drive-thru, I say her drink, the venti, no ice, hold the pickles, I don't know what the thing her was. I order her whole drink. I ordered the whole thing. I get to the window and I was like, how much do I owe you? And the guy's like, oh, you don't owe me anything, sir, it's been taken care of. And I was like, what do you mean it's been taken care of? I just got here. He was like, oh, well the car in front of you did this thing where they paid it forward, so the person behind them had to pay. It's kind of like a good faith gesture thing. And I was like, it really hit me. I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. You know what? I'm gonna do that. So I told like, excuse me, sir, I would like to pay for the car behind me. And he kind of just gave me this like sideways look. He's like, are you sure? He said, are you sure? I heard, are you a bitch? And I was like, excuse me, here's my card. Yeah, I'm sure. So he takes my card, and then he's like, okay, sir, well, the car behind you was a girls' volleyball team. They have 18 drinks, and your total is $42.60. And I was like, oh, shit. I couldn't bitch out because he got my card. He already took it. So I was like, yeah, I got this. And that's how I paid $42. And the moral of this, I didn't know what I did to deserve it, but then I remembered that I lied that my uncle got kidnapped by terrorists. I was like, yeah, I probably deserve this, yes. I got this going for me. Thank you guys so much.
Enigma. Like before you open your mouth. That's hysterical because I work at Starbucks, so like I know those people. I know that volleyball team.
You know, right?
Okay.